Podcast.
First time I've done a podcast hanging out my ass, is it? Welcome to Popcornography, what episode are we on now, John?
No, I've no idea.
I don't know.
Over 50, isn't it?
Say it in this description. I'm Rick Masters.
Graham Baldock.
John.
For anonymity's sake. I can't tell you my surname.
We're missing Dean, who's usually in them, because he's out on the piss, I think.
Is he?
He's in town, isn't he?
Yeah, we're recording this on
50s Club.
Bank Holiday week.
Discount, innit? Discount night. Discount night in the Bank Holiday.
Knitting Club night out.
Yeah. I don't actually know where Simon is. Simon, I think he said he was out with Amy somewhere. So just the three of us. Firstly, I just wanted to quickly touch on like what my plan is. We've been gone for a while. It's been about a year, isn't it, since we did them like regularly.
Yeah.
Apart from the odd episode and the Game of Thrones special, we haven't really done any. And I think the reason for that is I was living in Borough, which stopped things, didn't it, for a while, and then so meeting up, we were a lot further away from each other, and then we've just been so busy. Like I took on this new photography thing, and I've been putting a lot of time into that. You've been buying houses. I've been buying houses
ever since me dad died from last June. I've been absolutely non-stop. I've never had a year so busy in my life.
Yeah,
it's just been manic.
But it seems to be calming down a bit. I think I don't know. Well, it is in my life. I can't speak for you two, but I think now I've got my own place. I can get some things sorted. Yeah. I've got some ideas. We're going to create a proper little studio area where we can just turn up. The mics will be all set up, ready to go and stuff. Rather than at the minute we're just mishmashing and putting things. So the sound quality might not be as great as it can be at the moment, but it will improve. And yeah, you've been busy with your job and that, haven't you, Graham?
Job, football.
You took
kids.
American football.
Yeah, unfortunately injuries postponed that for now. So
what have you got, Lou? What's the matter?
Ruptured disc.
Where?
In my back.
Well, so you never ruptured.
Yeah. As soon as I left my mouth, I thought.
So it's So it's on the back burner for now.
You'll still be supporting the team and all that.
Oh yeah, still supporting the team. Still going down, helping coaching a bit. Looking at that as a possible route to go into. But yeah.
So was that a tackle on you, or you went in for a tackle?
It was absolutely neither, mate. It was stepping out my front door.
Oh.
Stepping out your front door.
Literally, mate. It's ridiculous. I stepped out my front door, twisted, and just felt me back up.
It's crazy, isn't it? Just something like that. It's just a one little thing.
Well, considering I'm used to tackling like 30-stone guys, no issues whatsoever. Step out the front door, bang, there you go. So
have you kept that like a secret, and I've just made you come out with it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's not public, but it is now. So it's a lot of pain. A lot of pain.
When did this happen?
2 weeks ago.
Oh
yeah. So it's some crazy amount of tramadol and flying freaking pigs after you.
How long does that normally take the heal?
Anywhere between 6 weeks and forever.
Wow.
So I've got a physio appointment I need to go see, and then he'll make a better judgment on it.
Hopefully.
Hey, it's one of them things, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You always know it's a risk when you play American football. You just don't expect to be a risk stepping out your front door. But there you go.
Nice.
It's done. So
how far up the back? Is it like near the bottom or?
Yeah, right at the base.
Right at the base.
Problem is, how old are we now? 10. 9 years ago, I tore all the muscle on that side of my back in the exact same place. So normally your muscle structures are there to support it and help quicker healing, but mine aren't as strong as they could be because of the previous damage, which is going to compound it.
Nasty. And then there was always that worry about when you're going to be playing again.
Totally, and that's it. I would never go back now until I'm fully sorted.
Yeah.
So
Best way, isn't it?
We've had stuff like that, haven't we, with the gym?
Yeah.
You had it with was it your wrist or your elbow or something like that?
Both.
Yeah, and then I fell off my bike in winter, and my wrist is still. I know as soon as I pick up something really heavy, I feel it. Like, so I'm a bit worried about when we start getting back into that again.
Which we need to, yeah.
Yeah, we really do. I've wasted away. We'll start at a garage, yeah. We'll get a little gym going.
I did all that. I've got the 2 benches set up. I can't believe I bought the same one as Peter. I can't believe.
When are we ever going to use 2 benches? Because you have to support each other. I guess we could actually with some of the other things.
Because what I was thinking of, like say, like on a chest day especially, you've got one set up for flat and one set up for incline straight away, so you can just go straight from one to the other, and then just have to set up decline like part way through. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was on Pete's bench and I thought, I wonder what the adjustments are like on the bench that I bought. So I went and had a look. Exactly the same. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I
can.
So I thought, oh well, you know, at least it'll come in handy. But yeah, it's all set up the way the weights are there. I've got any amount of them. I can't believe it. Like obviously courtesy of you. But yeah.
Yeah, we will do. I'm sounding a bit rough. We were at Radio 1 big weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant, mate. You'd have loved it.
I know. Well, I tried to get tickets to know when we were away.
Yes, yeah, you did. The internet wasn't working, was it? Oh, yeah, no, just Cheryl managed to get like 300 and we couldn't get any.
But £6 a pint though, that's ridiculous.
My bank account. I couldn't afford it anyway. And I only got the ticket on Friday night, like from a girl in Borough.
How much are the tickets?
They were £18, weren't they?
Oh, that's not too bad.
Nah.
But then you spend that easy. So
that's the thing, isn't it? With these events, that's why they put price up, because your tickets are so low.
The bar queue, like by the time you get I was just buying like 3 pints a pop at £6. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I can't remember how many times I went. I can't remember a lot of yesterday. I got wasted.
It must be quite bad when your mum has to remind you what you actually do.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, she was saying I'd been talking to some Indian guy about hot dogs, and she was like, probably wasn't the best idea. But he was apparently fine, and he was having a laugh about it all. I don't remember this at all.
What time did you go?
We set off at 9. However, I drank a bottle of Disaronno before we went, knowing it was expensive
Good
drink.
lad.
Jesus.
Good
But
lad.
then, obviously,
for
the
you.
drunker you get, the less money matters, and you just start spending anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Miley Cyrus was there, Mumford & Sons, what's he called? The guy who looks a bit like my brother. You know, the is it a Scottish fella?
Lewis Capaldi.
Lewis Capaldi.
I saw that your brother posted. One
More
more person.
people,
I was like,
they're all
that's
getting
amazing.
selfies with him. He didn't have to look like him. With his sunglasses on, he proper does look like him.
I know that there's a Scottish fella on. I don't know if
He
it's the
does
same
all the
person,
Facebook videos and stuff.
but he's brought out a song that's quite good. That's really good. And he's like proper broad Scottish. I don't know if it's probably the same person. I don't know his name, but it's a really good song, so it's probably the same person.
Well, if it's any consolation, mate, I sat at home last night watching it all. In fact, all afternoon yesterday, watching Radio 1 with 24 bottles of San Miguel, which cost me £8. Wow. So if it's any consolation that you spend £400 or near enough, hey, don't worry, I spent 8.
I'd cry spending, like, if or when I go down the town, I'd cry if I spend 30.
I know. You're just paying for a hangover, aren't you?
Yeah.
But we never learn. Keep doing it. Keep doing it constantly. But I was well enough today to go to the cinema. That's why I needed to do this podcast. I've seen so many new films recently, and you know what? It's probably one of the strongest starting of a summer blockbuster that I remember. Like, honestly. So we'll go into the reviews in a bit, but I've watched John Wick 3.
John Wick 3, yeah.
I've watched Aladdin. I've seen Rocketman, and I've seen Booksmart. And you might not know Booksmart, it's a slightly smaller one. I think it's a Netflix release, but it's also at the cinemas. But yeah, I'll touch on them in a bit. But I was kind of hoping to do a few games and things, but I just haven't had time to sort it all out. I could have got up earlier this morning, but I couldn't. But yeah, I was going to touch on news, but I haven't really looked. But there is the new trailer for Terminator isn't there? The new Terminator film.
Yeah, we're just talking about this, weren't we? And
I don't suppose you've seen it, have you?
No, I have not.
I've seen the new...
Dark Fate.
Yeah, Sarah Connor's obviously back into the mix.
Yeah.
And you've got a new Terminator on board. And there's a scene where, and like I said to you, I thought Terminators didn't get old. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger opens the door with a big, fat, grey beard.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like, really? You know,
maybe they do age because it's skin, isn't it? And wasn't there something about that? I'm sure they're in one of the films, one of the later films. But none of that's canon anymore. Only Terminator 1 and 2 are true canon, and they're forgetting all the rest.
But it's the James Cameron.
James Cameron's now kind of producing. He's kind of watching again. So
I mean, I'm liking the fact that Sarah Connor has made a comeback. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. I mean, she's age, you can tell. But
when was the first film out?
First Terminator. Oh, Jesus.
80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, late 80s. I'm on it.
Yeah, Google it. I mean, I don't think you're ever going to get as good as Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I think that was the most phenomenal one that they did actually produce at the time. The third one, Rise of the Machines, is that right?
You know what? I enjoyed that at the time.
It wasn't too bad, was it?
I don't know what it's like now. I'd need to rewatch it, but I enjoyed it.
I tell you,
she is incredible. The woman who was in it. I think that's probably why I enjoyed it so much.
Salvation, the one after Terminator Salvation, I didn't mind that either. But it's obviously they made Genesis, and now they've made this one. I just think they should have stopped at Salvation.
Right.
I really do. I think they've done basically a Transformer, which we all know that I do love, but there is a time and place when you think you've got to just, cut it, end it.
Yeah.
1984 was Terminator 1.
But I think they've gone a bit too far now.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 35 years. Crazy.
I
mean, when I actually saw the trailer for the Terminator, I knew for a fine fact it was going to be in it.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be much of a... The one without Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he is the
he's the face of it.
And I think she'll be an incredible, like the main character as well. She looks like a very strong female.
Yeah, she looks like the main presence. Yeah, so she looks like the main presence.
I just hope that this is a return to form, because the Genesis was atrocious.
It was terrible.
So bad. And because they're ignoring all that, because it starts to get really messy as well, doesn't it, with time travel and stuff.
Yeah.
I've touched on this before. When you add time travel to films, it's just...
That was Emilia Clarke, wasn't it? Genesis.
Yeah. It just gets a bit daft. That's why I was worried about Endgame, but they kind of handled that all right. Although afterwards you start looking into things, and there's always like, well, what about this and that and that? And it's like, it does get... There's so much. But yeah, I think I'm kind of excited. I'll see it.
No, I'll definitely see it. I'll definitely watch it. You got to, don't you? You got to.
Yeah. I think what John says there, like, you drag some things on so long that it just kind of kills your early memories of it for me. Yeah. So for me, I always worry that stuff like that, like I remember growing up with Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Does this totally kill it off for me? And yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
See, my point exactly there. You're not really bothered, are you?
No, genuinely not.
When Terminator 3 was due to come out after Terminator 2, I was like, come on, get in. And then Terminator 3 wasn't so bad. So when the next one came out, I was Salvation. You had Christian Bale.
Was it him in that one? Was it?
Yeah, Christian Bale in it, and I thought, I'll go out my way. Yeah. But then after that, it's just like Graham said, like the reaction, you can just tell there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like when Transformers 630.
This is coming up, yeah. Although Bumblebee was pretty good actually.
I haven't even watched it.
It's not amazing, but it's a lot better than some of the other
films. I haven't even watched it.
No,
I mean, I keep meaning
to. I know, yeah. John hasn't watched a Transformers film.
It's just another one, isn't it? I mean, it's...
No shit. That's what we've been saying to you for the last few years.
I think it's just finally hitting home.
Yeah, but the last Transformers before Bumblebee it did really bad at the box office. It started dropping. I mean, I say really bad. It still made money, I believe. They always have made quite a bit of money. That's hence why they just keep coming.
The reason I kept on watching them because I like Michael Bay. And he's I do. It's like when
he used to.
Like Bad Boys, Michael Bay. I mean, he's done a fair few.
I do remember the first Transformers being brilliant. I remember seeing that in the cinema because it was new, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Like, we need more originality stuff. Like, we don't. I'm sick of all these regurgitated franchises.
It does. It almost feels like you go, right, hang on, what haven't we brought out for ages?
Yeah.
Oh, remember in the 80s we made this film? We could do a spin of that. Yes, great idea.
So I was actually going to ask you, changing the subject just slightly, but like with these Disney remakes, do you like this? Do you like this idea?
Yeah, I do.
I do, and I'll tell you for why. It's almost like it's shifted films totally. It's still the same film, but where it's been an animated cartoon, now we've gone live action. It puts a whole new spin on the film. When I saw Jungle Book in the cinema, I was blown away. Yeah, like blown away. Like
I've been meaning to rewatch that again.
Yeah, as a kid, looking at what I saw when I was a kid, growing up. To that, it brings it's almost like it brings back that childhood to you.
Yeah.
But it does it in a way that, like, you know the story, you know what's going to happen, but the way they did it is unreal, and I'm so excited to see Aladdin. Genuinely so excited.
We'll wait till I get to my review. But I think that's the only thing that kind of dips them a little bit, because obviously you know the story.
Yeah.
But I know they're remaking them for a new generation, so I have to get over that. But I would agree. I think, and
it doesn't spoil the classic. That's right.
Yes, perfect. You can still go back and watch that cartoon, can't you? And go, it's still the same great film. Then you go watch the live action, and it's like two separate films that are the same film. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
I wasn't a big fan of Dumbo though. I thought that was pretty poor.
I've not seen that.
I'll give you that.
I thought it was a bit weak, that one. A little bit odd. I mean, it's still enjoyable, but it's very average, I would say.
I wasn't blown away by it.
No.
I mean, there was sorry, go on, Graham. Yeah.
Dumbo was the one I was hesitant about seeing because Dumbo is my favourite childhood film by a long way, and that was my worry that they didn't do the original.
There's a lot of there's a lot of callbacks to it. You still got the weird pink elephants and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not Dumbo getting drunk though this time. There is a few odd things in these original cartoons, but there's a lot of weird character decisions in it, and it just that clearly they've done just to progress the story. It just doesn't. Some of it just doesn't work, and the CGI was amazing, and the elephant was class. I really want a pet elephant.
Yeah, I mean, between like the live like humans and what have you, and the CGI with Dumbo, that was well put together. I thought.
Yeah.
I did think that, but. I mean, you've got some big names in there. You got Colin Farrell. Yeah. You got Michael Keaton. You got some like good actors. I thought the kids were brilliant. I don't know what the names are, but I thought the kids were brilliant, and they did well.
What was the point of him having no arm? He only had one arm, didn't he? What was the point in that? I can't remember.
Well, I didn't want to mention that because Graham wasn't saying it, but
well, no, I mean he hasn't got an arm from the start, and it's in the trailers.
Yeah,
there's an odd.
He comes back from the army, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was a bit. I thought that was a bit weird, but because I don't think even his kids knew about it. But
anyway. So just picking up on John's bit about CGI, genuinely, I have a colleague who is 33 years old. His wife, God's honest truth, thought that they'd trained an elephant to fly for this. She could not comprehend that you see. No, God's honest truth. He came in, I was like, you're winding me up. So you rang her and went, how did they do it? And she went, well, they just trained the elephant to fly, didn't they? Like, I'm like, this grown woman, genuinely believes they've taught an elephant to fly.
She needs to be an institution or something.
Yeah, I don't think that would work, mate.
That's insane. Although today, in the cinema, I was asked by the person I went with, was that a real monkey? And it clearly, very, very clearly isn't a real monkey. I mean, but some people.
But I mean, it is. They've done well. they've done well with that film, CGI wise. I found, but it was a film that I wanted to watch, but I wasn't blown away by it. So
I don't. Maybe I wasn't expecting much from it anyway.
I don't know if I got a bit silly.
Yeah,
as silly as I want.
That's what I mean. Yeah, some really daft character decisions and stuff.
Just with the way that Michael Keaton's world was.
Right.
I don't know if that got a bit silly.
Right.
So, but I mean that's just my opinion. But
I see what you mean. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much. But yeah, you're right. I thought Jungle Book was brilliant. Beauty and the Beast, I'm a bit with.
Beauty and the Beast is by far my most favourite one yet.
Of the live action remake?
Beauty and the Beast.
Really?
Wow. Without a doubt.
It's only because you fancy her, isn't it?
Well, yeah. But I just liked it. I've always loved the classic. I always loved the original.
I didn't think much of it. I don't know.
I absolutely adore that song. The one that the Teapot sings. Mrs. Potts.
Is it? No,
no, the other one.
What's that one?
They go to dinner, don't they? That one. When they go for dinner, like he gets dressed up as the Beast and she's in that big yellow gown.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. It's not Be Our Guest, though.
Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, yeah. The main song.
Yeah,
called Beauty and the Beast.
Taylor's oldest time.
Beauty and the Beast.
Who sang that one?
Who did the original voiceover out of...
Maybe we should leave it that way, John. Maybe we should move it.
She's quite old, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Anyway, are you looking forward to Lion King?
Yes, 100%.
That CGI looks insane.
Yeah.
That looks brilliant.
Yeah.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's one thing.
And he's the one who did... It was Fabio did Jungle Book.
All right.
Doing Lion King, so... I think we're pretty much guaranteed a decent film there.
They are whacking them out quite nicely.
What I think they're doing is they're putting them out. I don't think Dumbo did all that well. They'll be seeing how much return it brings in and which ones are worth. And you see, the next stage is what I'm looking forward to, is them doing proper sequels. Hopefully, nothing linked to the original sequels of the cartoons, and create something actually original, but in that world. That's what I hope they do. Where we'll get another Beauty and the Beast probably, but they'd have to take it somewhere completely new.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be good, because then you don't know the whole story. That's the only issue I've got with these, is that it's a very it's a told story many, many times, and you know exactly how it's going to play out.
So, just picking on that, flicking through telly this morning, random channels, sci-fi, Adventures of Aladdin 2019. I'm like, how is it on telly already? Like, this isn't. So I was like,
this is how they make the money, isn't it?
No. So what this is it's a Bollywood version of Aladdin.
Oh.
Could not be more stereotypical if you called it.
Right.
Like, genuinely, I was like, this is not Aladdin. Like, this is cringe. I was like, if this is Aladdin, I'm not interested.
Yeah. And that's what they're hoping for, is just you to be kind of going, oh, it's that, and that's...
Yeah.
But no, it was a Bollywood version.
Right.
There's
something like The Little Mermaid as well, like that. There's like an unofficial mermaid film, and everyone was thinking it was... But I'm sure there's a Little Mermaid film coming, isn't there? They've been talking about it for ages.
Yeah.
There's another one where she's in some sort of tank, in some sort of fish tank or something like that.
I don't know. What, The Little Mermaid's in a fish tank?
There's a Little Mermaid film where she's in some...
the unofficial one. I was like, no, mate, she's under the sea. Right, the unofficial one. Right, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate.
No clue.
As you were.
Anyway, right. So, before we go into the film reviews, I wanted to touch on... Right, we did a Game of Thrones special after we watched the final, and then we did a bit of a review of the franchise as a whole, right? And we said we'd touch on it again in the podcast once we'd had a bit of time to digest it, because we literally did the podcast as the moment them credits rolled, didn't we? And I've got a few things to say that I think over this week, and I've thought about it, I've become more and more disappointed with the final. Well, the season 8 as a whole. Like, we said in the review that it was rushed, but so much more has come to light that I didn't think about. Like, why there's so many things that built up to and then just completely ignored, and it was all between Winterfell and Cersei just looking out of a window the whole time. They didn't use her at all. She's one of the best actors out there, and she just stares out.
Yeah.
The symbols from the Night King and stuff all led to nothing.
Yeah.
There's whole things we didn't see when what's her face sailed back to the Iron Islands, and
Yara.
We didn't see her trying to take control over that. We didn't. It just so much left unanswered, and
it's just all gone south, hasn't it? I just
as possibly the biggest defender of it in the post viewing.
Yeah.
I have to admit I have veered away from my staunch defence of it.
Yeah.
It's don't get me wrong, I don't think there's people out there making out to be the worst thing ever. I don't think it is.
Absolutely not.
I don't think season 8 was horrendous. Yes, it was rushed. Yes, there was lots of untied ends, but I get it. I get it. You know, if you knew that end's tied up, you're going to end up with one outcome. But what I would like to have seen is, let's go out after Dany's killed, let's tie those ends up before we put Bran on the throne.
Yeah.
The end kind of went, oh, we've got half an hour screen time left, how are we going to finish? All right, yeah, just do that. Yeah, they're all there, and then, and to back it up, and somebody told me this before I watched it, apparently in the last episode, there's, you know, we had Coffee Cup Gate, there's a water bottle.
Yeah, there is. I've seen that. It's tiny, though, isn't it? Like,
I don't
know how anyone even spots something like that.
It is, and yeah, I don't, but and it's only because
yeah, he would have.
Only because I was looking for it, I saw it. Yeah. But it's things like that where you go, hang on, that just proves the point they've rushed it through. Yeah. Otherwise, what they've done previously is gone, hang on, guys, let's have that out. CGI'd over it, whatever.
That's the thing, they had something quite perfect from the word go. And then, like you said, the build up and things meant, well, you thought, is this going to mean something with certain aspects of the show? And then this last season, it's like, how can something like dive bomb, how could they actually like let dive bomb so badly? You know, I just don't get it. I mean,
I said that they've been offered a job to do the Star Wars films, and I genuinely think they've just gone, I'm done with Game of Thrones, we need to get this finished.
I mean, you've got these writers, these directors, these producers on massive wages in order to give the fans what they want, and they haven't.
No, I don't think. I think it is making me want to read the books now, though, because I want to read the George's version of how it ends.
Yeah.
I think I may have to do that. The big ass books, though, aren't
they? They are big ass books, but if you
could do the audible things, couldn't I? Listen to them at work, I guess.
You could.
Did that with Jurassic Park.
You could. That's one way. I think I'm tempted to do that rather than reread them, audible them, and then read the last book when it comes out, because I want to see where George Martin was taking this.
Yeah, I think it's an incredible series and stuff. I just feel like so much the potential of it being one of the greatest ever. Like it just with that, I just wish it had that a little bit more time to breathe at the end, and we got to see a few more of the characters and how things played out. And then I don't like the fact that Bran became the king as well. I think that was a bit...
No, I don't.
Jon Snow was just a side character through this season, and it's a bit of a shame. And again, daft character decisions, like why they let him go back to the wall. Like they were like, all right, that's enough punishment, thanks, and we'll leave.
Yeah.
Bollocks. There's no reason for that wall anymore anyway. Like, that just wouldn't happen.
And as somebody pointed out, and I thought it was a joke a meme at first, but then actually when you think about it, Grey Worm and the Unsullied are off, so why don't they go, oh yeah, off you go, John. Right, they've gone, never coming back. Like,
just weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, you know, I don't know.
And there's so many other kingdoms in play and stuff which are just completely forgotten about in the last season.
Yeah.
It's like, you've built them up, you've introduced us to them, we you know, and where were they all through this? It's just...
Yeah, that's the amount of people turn up at the small council meeting.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Where have you been?
Yeah. Could have done with you.
Bastard when winter was coming and all that, yeah.
Do you know, I would love to interview each and every one and just say, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, I know a few of them. The girl who plays Sansa, Sophie Turner. She's been quite vocal about it. She wasn't happy, was she? But then a lot of the other ones, Jon Snow was like, you know what? If you're not happy, you're not happy. Just take it or leave it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think, as a series, it's incredible. It's just such a shame the payoff's not quite there. But hey, that's what I wanted to say anyway. That was my little update. We did talk about it for an hour and a bit, didn't we, the other day?
We did.
If you haven't listened to that yet, it's on YouTube and on this podcast theme feed for a while. But yeah, should we get into the reviews?
Go for it. Then I've got an ask of yous.
Oh, okay.
I've got a question as well sent in as well.
I'll
fire that out. Yes.
Oh.
I'll probably forget, but no, lad Jamie, he sent us some questions.
Do it now, so you do.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, is it?
Yeah.
What I have realised over my time of doing these podcasts is when I'm listening back and editing and things, and then later on we'll do this, and then never how forgetful I am. It's ridiculous. Let's have a look.
What you want to do is write a list and keep it next to you.
Oh, we used to do that. But that's organised, isn't it? And I'm the least organised person. Right. If you could choose one film to say that you directed.
Okay.
What would it be?
Say that again, sorry.
So if you could say that you directed a film, right? Just say you're given this, you directed this. Which film would you be most proud of? So it's not necessarily going to be your favourite film. It's going to be the one you think the most technically perfect is. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I mean, it's his question, but do you have any ideas? It's a bit on the spot, I know.
Can we think about this through the podcast and come back to it?
Yeah, and then forget to answer it. Yeah.
No. I'll make a note of this.
Yeah. You can mull on that for a
because I'm down between two. So as we go along.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. We'll do reviews. So, first one I'll fire through is Booksmart because not many people know of it. It is available on Netflix and it's coming out in the cinemas soon. In UK, it might be out already in US. It was directed by Olivia Wilde and it's really good. It's like a college kind of, the high school kind of two girls. One's a lesbian. Hey?
Two girls, one cup.
Yeah. There is a scene that gets a little bit like that, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
Netflix,
this
you
is
say.
getting good, and then it turns, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be really difficult to masturbate to. But yeah, it's got these two girls that I've never heard of. Caitlin Dever, I might have butchered that. You tell you what, you're the...
Caitlin Dever.
That's the one, and then...
And Beanie Feldstein.
Yes. And it is really odd. It's like there's some really strange humour in it, but once you kind of get past the initial what the hell, you get into it. It's actually really good. I really enjoyed that film. It's on Netflix, so it's easy enough for anybody to watch. But I gave that 4 out of 5 stars.
Ooh,
yes. Been given a lot of them recently. Like I said, it's been a pretty strong bloody...
It's going to be like Simon Sevens.
Yeah, I think so.
4.
Yeah.
4.
Look at this. 4. Ridiculous. I also saw Rocketman, the Elton John film.
That looks amazing.
Think Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
It's got the same kind of beats to it. The way it looks and feels and everything. The way it does the musical numbers. It's darker though.
Okay.
I didn't realise how bad his life was at times, Elton. I didn't know he'd tried to kill himself and all the drugs. I never knew any of this. And you can tell that whereas Bohemian Rhapsody is a little light-hearted, obviously even AIDS and all of his drugs and stuff, they kind of just float over that, don't they?
Yeah.
They don't really dive into all that. This one is much, much darker towards the end. And I really, really enjoyed it. I liked a lot of the musical numbers, even I don't actually know. I didn't know some of them. I am not the biggest Elton fan. I knew the bigger, the Rocketman and Crocodile Rock and stuff like that. They were good. But I did feel like at the end it was lacking something. Without spoiling anything, it doesn't have what Bohemian Rhapsody has, where it ends on a big arena thing.
Yeah.
It kind of ends quite on a mute kind of thing, which for me, I think with the musical like this, it depends what you're after from a film. Do you want it realistic, fact-based, or do you want it more like a fantasy with the big numbers and the big? I waver more to the Bohemian Rhapsody style of it, maybe a little bit more lighthearted and stuff. But I've seen reviews and a lot of people are saying that it's better for it and they prefer it over Bohemian Rhapsody. So it completely depends on what you're looking for from a film. But it's very well done. And what's he called? Egerton, the main guy. What's he called? From Kingsman.
Taron Egerton.
That's the fella. I can never say his name. Taron what? Egerton.
Yeah, him.
He's called Eggy as well, isn't he, in Kingsman? I'm just
Well.
he's incredible in this. He honestly, his performance in that film is insanely good. He sings all the songs as well. In fact, some I think are probably better than Elton. Like,
he's got it made, hasn't he? He's got a future and a half.
I mean, I didn't value him as an actor as much. I mean, I've only seen him in the Kingsmans, but now I'm like, yeah, this guy he's
the real deal, isn't he?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
right?
He's got it all.
Yeah. No, I very much enjoyed that. Again, gave that 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh. Are these solids?
Solid 4.
Solid 4.
No, I'll give that a solid 4. One that me and you have seen, John.
Yep.
Is John Wick 3.
I've said this before. It's very, very hard to get a sequel to be either on par or better. Mm-hmm. And I found one that finally does it. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. For a guy who's over 50 and he can knock out what he can knock out.
Some of them. What I like about this, right? So that I'm not the biggest fan of the second one. It became a little bit. There's far too much gunplay, and you become a bit numb to it all. By the end, you're like, how many people there is that are killed? Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Whereas this one, every single fight scene is its own thing. It's different. You've got knives. You've got the shootouts. Obviously, you've got that state. You're using animals, dogs. Yeah. Like, there's a lot more creativity in the way the violence and that plays out, and it's so well made. This is like one of the pinnacle action type films, I would say, at the moment. Like,
for me, 1 and 3 definitely hit the
one because it was new, wasn't it? It was like it came out of nowhere for me. I sat down one night and thought, and then I just shoved it on, and I was blown away by it. I thought that was one of them it's one of them films that's grown over time. I don't think the first one did particularly well in the cinema, enough to get a sequel, but it, on home release and stuff, it grew, I think, as people were just doing what we were doing, just putting it on and then finding out how good it was. But it has some Game of Thrones style moments, doesn't it? There's a few quite visceral, is that the right word? Like scenes where it's like you actually like,
what, visual?
Whoa, yeah, like there's a knife with an eye. There's a book. Some of these are just these scenes are like, get in. The whole audience was like, you could hear them wincing and loved it. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Keanu Reeves is not exactly, I don't know, the best actor out there.
He's not, is he? I think that's why he can only do films like this, where he's a bit quiet kind of character and just.
But put that aside, to what I mean, the Matrix films. I mean, he really was a kick-ass in that. Yeah. Like, I mean, from the first to the third, and obviously that's helped. Yeah. With his experience, and he's just really good, really good. Like you say, that there is more variety with what he does actually fight with. Yeah. Which is good. Yeah. You've got some other characters in there. Halle Berry shows up.
There's a lot more world building, isn't there? In this whole assassin kind of world.
You've got Lawrence Fishburne again.
There's a lot of jokes going around online about how the next one's going to be like, you're going to have who's the guy who plays his main enemy in The Matrix? Mr. Anderson.
Oh,
Hugo Weaving.
Him with Lord of the Rings, isn't
Hugo Weaving. They want him to come in. They'd love to see him in the fourth one, because there's an actual scene where he says one of his quotes from The Matrix, isn't it? And he lots of guns.
Yes.
People would lose their shit if Hugo Weaving's in the next one and he goes, Mr. Wick.
Like, even not what's her name? Trinity.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
Yeah. Well, you've already got Lawrence Fishburne in there, haven't you? So that would be excellent. Like
partnership come back on screen.
Yeah.
But I mean, Lawrence Fishburne I thought was good in it.
He was, yeah.
But yeah, it's by far 1 and 3. 2 was alright, but 1 and 3 for me, brilliant.
Yeah. So
that was it. You're going to say 4, aren't you?
4.5.
I'm going top dollar. I'm going 5.
Yeah. I'll give John Wick, the first one's 5. That one's 4.5. What I liked about the first John Wick was there wasn't actually much world building. It was like straight in. It was just a simple revenge story.
That was it. That was it. Yeah.
And I thought the second one had a little bit too much trying to world build and things. Yeah. This one had balanced it a little bit more.
It was simple but effective.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. It was simple but effective. Yeah. And by God, it wasn't half.
To be honest, when they announced the sequel, I was like, I didn't really want a sequel. It's one of them films that you just think, that's a perfect little movie, that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they did, because now it's progressing into... they've already announced the next one. The date's been set for 2021, I think. June, I think.
Bloody hell, they're not messing about, are they?
So it's already in production and stuff, so...
Well, what I've also liked as well, on YouTube, I've seen some of the backstories on this where Keanu's actually gone through gun training.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, he does not put in the hours.
With a Marine veteran.
Yeah. He doesn't.
That's it as well. You see him doing it all, don't you? Like loading the guns and playing around with the guns and stuff. And
there's a part where he's got you know, where he's loading up that shotgun. Yeah. How amazing was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, you got to see it, Graham.
I was in 2 minds after 2.
Yeah, I can understand why.
And I was kind of like, how are we going to go? But then seeing reviews and stuff of it, you kind of go, okay.
Yeah.
And then like the amount people raved over it, it's got to be seen.
Yes,
it's got to be seen.
Highly recommended, mate.
And then the final review. Sorry, there's been a lot, but like I said, it's so weird. Like you had Endgame, everyone moved out the way of it, like understandably.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're all like boom, boom. But we've got Godzilla next week as well, and I'm living in the cinema. Aladdin.
Claire's seen that.
Whole
Lovely.
New World. Yeah. Oh yeah. She has.
She went to Birmingham. With the girls. And she's saying that. Oh, she said, I saw that last night. Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You know what? I thought it was going to be shit. Like, I was excited when they originally announced it.
Really? You thought it was going to be shite?
When they originally announced it, I thought, you know what? I loved Aladdin. Like, it was one of my favourite ones. So I was like, yeah, I'm excited. Then I heard Guy Ritchie was directing it. One of my favourite directors. I thought that's a very odd choice. However, you know, roll with it. We'll see what he does. And then the trailer started coming out, and I was like, oh, this looks bad. Like,
yeah.
Do you think?
The first trailer as well had some dodgy CGI for the genie. And I'll be honest, even now in the film, there's a few bits. I don't think the genie's as well done as it could be, but I think going into it with my not expecting all that much, I think has made me enjoy it even more. Like, I loved it. The musical numbers are spot on. The action scenes are very creative and actually the action scenes are quite Guy Ritchie, and I do like his kind of close up, moving around and shaky, kind of gets you in the action. But I think the standout person, I mean, the casting was fantastic. The Aladdin is really well chosen. Jasmine, though, not only is she absolutely stunning, but she has got one hell of a voice. She does a dance as well. She can do everything. She is one hell of an actress. You'll see her in a lot more, I'd imagine, from now.
The big question is, does Will Smith fill in the shoes correctly?
I don't think you can ever do it, can you?
No, he's his own. He makes the genie his own. He couldn't try and... A lot of the lines are ripped straight from the original film. And you can tell, like in the original Aladdin, Robin Williams just made up a lot of stuff on mic.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. Whereas...
Yeah, that was a big talent of his, wasn't it?
Yeah, Will Smith... He isn't nowhere near as funny, actually, but he knocks out all the musical moments really well, and he is good. To be honest, I don't think I could think of anybody else who could do it. As soon as they said they were doing Aladdin, I thought Will Smith kind of just jumped straight to mind about as being the genie, and he doesn't he's not as good as Robin Williams, but he doesn't really try to be. He's his own thing.
He just makes it his own, yeah.
But the songs are just absolutely brilliant. There's, I believe, 2 original, maybe 3, but I recall 2 original ones sang by Jasmine, and the final one she does is brilliant. It's very more. It reminded me of a Moana type of thing. It's all about singing about being a strong female and things, but the voice on her, and that would have been a hard song to sing, and it's very good. You see that, when Beauty and the Beast did that one new number in that film, and it was a bit quite weak, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Isn't that when Back to Paris or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, these are new ones are really, really good, and they fit perfectly with everything else.
I'm looking forward to
proper solid remake. I was quite surprised. I'm really happy with that.
What's the next one that's due to come out apart from The Lion King?
I think there is a Jungle Book 2 coming.
Yeah, Jungle Book 2's working.
It'll be a while away yet now, though, because obviously there's so much CGI, it takes a long time to make.
Yeah.
There's... you get Toy Story, but that's not really in the same vein, is it? What else? I'm sure there is a Little Mermaid coming. Mulan? Is there a Mulan? There's a Mulan announced.
Probably.
I haven't seen the original of that.
You haven't seen the original animated one?
No. I started to watch it one night and then I was like, too tired for this.
I'll tell you, it's good. Eddie Murphy does the dragon. Yeah, it's quite good. I was never interested in it. I was only watching because I think either Claire or the kids were watching it.
Right.
And I just got into it and it was quite good. Funny. Actually quite
Mulan
funny.
will identify as...
Yeah, no. Again, I haven't actually rated that yet. I haven't sat down and write me a little review, but I'm verging on the 4.5. 4.5.
Oh, jeez.
I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah. There are all my reviews. Been busy, and then like I say, we've got Godzilla next week, I think. So I'll have to get that watched.
I don't know. I'm quite scared about that. Considering the last one was
looks incredible,
utter garbage. I mean, it's got her in Zelda Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So,
TV series you touched on. I didn't realise you were watching it. You put it on Facebook yesterday about Chernobyl. Chernobyl, yeah.
We
all just said that completely differently. Chernobyl.
But I saw a lot on social media, Facebook.
Have you not watched this yet?
Twitter.
No, I haven't. Reason being that one, I've not really had time, and secondly, I want to wait so I can bulk watch.
Right, yeah.
I feel like it's one I want to bulk. Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like I want to bulk watch them together.
No, you do right. Sorry, John, I kind of jumped in. So
no. In fact, I'm just going to go back to your live action for Disney. You got Aladdin, Lion King, Mulan. You were right. Maleficent 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cruella, 101 Dalmatians.
Is that actually announced?
Apparently so, yeah. Peter Pan, Tink.
Where are you reading these?
Off Google. Sword and Stone.
Peter Pan.
I've not heard of Peter Pan.
No?
It could have been, but
I don't know. I'm just reading what's on here anyway. So I just thought I'd throw that in there as well. Anyway, so yeah, I saw a lot of attention on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and I thought, I'll give it a shout. So I went on Amazon. There it was. Not Amazon Now TV. Sorry, there it was, and it's got Jared Harrison in, and I like him.
Right.
He basically starts off the first episode, and from then on it just goes into the like the build up of the disaster, and how they tried to resolve it.
The event itself has always fascinated me. Like I would absolutely love to walk around that place.
yeah.
I've actually watched a fella who actually done that on YouTube. He took a Geiger counter, and obviously there's not much there anymore. But he said this would be what would be like post-apocalyptic scene if ever we're gone, and basically nature just reclaims everything, and that's exactly what's happened. You got all these tower blocks that are just abandoned,
all out of them,
you got everything just like falling apart.
Looks like my garden at the minute.
And you just got trees and everything just growing everywhere, you know. But so I started watching it, and I couldn't wait to get to the next one. And then obviously the third, third finishing one. But I obviously it was a massive catastrophe and it caused a lot of deaths. But I didn't know to what extent.
Yeah, I genuinely didn't realise how close we came to it, like being.
I couldn't believe it.
Wiping out, was it 60 million in Europe and stuff? Because it was trying to put that out, and if it had hit the water, the steam vents, it would have took out the other 2 reactors, and it would have been like
it would have been unimaginable. Unimaginable. It would have been like millions on the death
and how the Russians obviously didn't want this out, so they're keeping it on the down low and stuff. Something like this, you can't do that.
I mean, they were trying to cover up a lot of things, and unfortunately, things uncovered, and but like the way they tried to resolve it, especially Jared. I can't remember what his character's name in it, but brilliant.
It was a bit odd at
really
first. How because obviously they're Russian, but they're all British.
Yeah,
and it's a bit, and they've all got the Russian names and everything. It's a little bit like it's a bit what. But I'm glad it did that because it would have it'd all been subtitles and stuff. I know a lad at work who was watching it. He was a bit off put at first. He nearly didn't carry on. It was that off putting for him, but he's now got used to it.
There was the other character in there as well. I think he's called Stefan. He was out of the Thor films. He was also in Deep Blue Sea. Got his arm taken off. Yeah. He's good. Yeah. I liked him. Yeah. And it just all went well. Like the storyline, the actors, just all gelled together, and it told one hell of a story.
Yeah. How many? I don't know how many episodes.
5.
Is there only 5 episodes?
5 in total, apparently. Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Oh,
I thought it was only 3.
No, it's 5.
It's not over
yet.
It's
5.
You've seen the latest episode. You know it's not over then, don't you?
I thought that was the last one.
No.
Oh, okay.
There's 5 in total. Which is why I'm not worried about waiting so long to watch them on because it's only another 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, tonight. Is it tonight or tomorrow?
I think it's
it's this week and next week, isn't it? So this time, 2 weeks' time, and I've watched it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll take this over the bloody end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. A lot of the websites I go on and stuff, a lot of people are saying that, like, just forget about Game of Thrones, watch this.
Yeah. Well, it's already the second highest ranked series ever.
Wow. Okay.
Ever, and it's only 3 episodes in.
Wow.
But they're going to graphic detail, don't they?
Yeah. God, some of them, the pain some of them went through.
Yeah. They're going to real graphic detail.
What I think's funny is you genuinely see posts on social media saying spoiler alert. I mean, we know what happens in the big one. You know, come on.
And there's a lot of unsung heroes, which I think this is highlighting, which is good.
Yes.
Like the guys who had to go and turn the vents off and things, they knew they were walking into certain death. And just how ridiculous, how it all happened, and
obviously Gorbachev was the president then.
Yeah.
And you've got the character with the bald head and the birthmark.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he played him well. But no, they had some good casting.
Yeah. Definitely.
And they definitely brought that story to a real good level.
Yeah.
Open your eyes. God doesn't have to open your eyes. But again, when I was watching this YouTube fella, they're building like another massive sarcophagus. What they're going to do is they're going to basically move it over and place it on top of...
Well, you said they haven't done that, have they? So
apparently yes.
No, they've done it in real life, but not in the TV show.
Oh, not in the TV show, but they've done it in real life. So, but apparently, that over time, that's not enough. So what they want to do is they want to basically build this other sarcophagus or whatever it is, containment unit, and then just move it along, and it looks massive.
Yeah.
Looks absolutely massive.
Brought a lot of scrutiny over other nuclear sites and stuff as well, didn't it? So and it's a disaster that they thought was almost impossible to ever happen. So it's but
apparently that's one of 2 that's happened in the world that have gone to a level. Is it a level 5 or a level 7?
Is it the one that hit with the earthquake?
In Japan.
Yeah.
Which was a Japanese stupid fault, but that's a different story. Let's build it on a fault line.
So it was definitely recommended. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I'd seen a bit about. There's a bird in my chimney, I think.
Oh my word!
It's my friend, don't read.
This makes great podcasting.
He
Listen to a bird.
He delivers me worms on the morning.
It's probably a nest at the top.
A bit of wildlife.
Should I set the fire up?
Starts smelling chicken.
You just see a bit of fly past on fire. So where was I? Yeah, have you seen Our Planet on Netflix?
Yes.
The Our Earth type.
Yes.
They actually go there, don't they? At the end of that, in the last episode of it, and so that it was weirdly timed because that came out as that series came out, and it really piqued my interest in it all. But it just shows how nature's recovered, and all these animals that have left the area have now moved all back in again. It's weird how it's not affecting the animals much.
I honestly thought, before seeing the YouTube fella going in, I honestly thought that place was still uninhabitable.
No, there's people that lived there at the time of the disaster that still live there now.
I didn't have a clue. I honestly thought that you would not be able to go into that certain location for years.
I thought an old guy decided that he wouldn't leave, and he died like a few weeks later.
No, there's still people live there.
Right.
That happened in the not at the event obviously, but in the containment.
There's even guys who were working at night who were all right. They have to go through a lot of medical. They've got a lot of medical issues and stuff. But you know,
what part of the reason some of the habiters refuse to leave is because they worry that radiated.
Yeah.
That if they leave, fresh air is gonna force it out and then kill them. Yeah. So they're like, well, but then there's other just genuinely go, do you know, it's not affecting me, so I'm alright.
Yeah, you don't know it is though.
I mean, your dog's got 3 heads, mate, but you'll be right.
That's the thing is, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't see it, you can't feel it, but you've got it in you. Unfortunately,
it's one of them series I might watch again because, like, you know, the bit with the firefighters. You see him later in the series, so it's going to be more impactful if you watch it again, knowing exactly what's happened to him at that point. And awful, but very, very good show.
Yeah.
You been watching anything?
No, I've genuinely been kind of spreading the net to try and find something to.
I wondered what you were going to say.
Spreading
the what? Don't blame me not watching TV.
Spread the net to try and find something that grips me and draws me in. Yeah. And
there's not much out there, I don't think.
There isn't. The only thing I am going to start tonight, ironically, is rewatching Vikings because the new season's out. So I want to rewatch Vikings. That's very Game of Thrones, early season Game of Thronesy.
Okay, I might have to give it
lots of naked Viking chicks. Yeah. Some very character develops.
No wonder you like it.
Yeah, there's it's good, but obviously it's the Vikings. You know what happens and stuff with them. They go on massive conquests, but it's
spoiler.
What? I mean, it's not. It's about the same as saying Chernobyl's a spoiler, mate. You know, we know what happens. Yeah, but it's the first season was good, and I kind of lost interest. Yeah. But I'm rewatching that. And then a few crappy American series.
Yeah, I'm watching that True Detective. It came out ages ago. Well, when he just got around to it, I'm only going to watch season 1, I think.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear great things about season 2.
No, stick with season 1, mate.
I'll tell you what I'm watching at the moment. This is totally off subject, and you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say first of all. But it's football related. You know how you've got Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix?
Yes.
And you've got All or Nothing with Man City.
Yes.
What I don't find... Why don't they do it with different sports like F1?
They have. There's an F1 show on Netflix and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Born to Ride.
I thought it was a film.
No, it's a series following last season.
I kept on skipping by.
Last season, it's so well made that it is absolutely brilliant. Tom, my brother-in-law, he's not particularly big in F1. He started watching it. He's hooked. He absolutely.
Is he?
It's all the politics about the drivers and the money and the.
I'd loved it. I was thinking that when I was watching it.
Mate, give it a go.
I was thinking, God, why don't they do it like with F1 or any other sports? You know, I so many other times I thought it was a film. I thought I'm not interested.
No.
But I didn't realise it was like that.
Yeah. All or Nothing though. It started in the States with NFL teams.
Oh, right, okay.
And that changes NFL teams every year.
Yeah.
And over here they're moving round ball teams as well.
Is that football on Netflix, is it?
Yeah, Sunderland Till I Die is, yeah.
So Netflix is just on fire at the minute.
Yeah.
We've just been watching a video of what's coming out next month, and it's just they've got like that Our Planet thing was brilliant. I thought. Do you not think?
It wasn't.
Walruses.
It wasn't. It wasn't. A lot of that you've seen previously.
Yeah. Oh well.
And doing like so, like you'd be watching, going, "Oh, I've seen this episode," and actually going, "Oh, no, hang on, I saw it on BBC, or I saw it on Blue Planet, and then this was on Outer Space from Earth, or Earth from Space."
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I still loved it. I still watched them all, but I just thought
Earth from Space is another quite new one, isn't it?
Yeah. But a lot of this stuff you'll see on Our Planet is on Earth from Space.
Okay.
I saw them walruses. I thought them poor bastards.
Oh my god!
Like looking over more or less, and
they could hear the sea, and they're miles up on this cliff, but they don't know this, and they're just falling off. Oh, it's heart-wrenching.
Like when that one goes, and you're like, "Oh, I'll hit the bottom now." Oh no!
No, still going.
No, still going.
There's a polar bear sat at the bottom with knife and fork.
Yes.
Come on!
Making the dinner bell. All you can eat carvery.
Yeah.
Where do I start?
Hey, nature's cruel, isn't it?
Jesus.
But no, they're on fire. Like, there's always something to watch on there. We've got Black Mirror returning next month, which I cannot wait for. John's never watched them, and he needs to sort that out.
What?
No, on a TV show. There you go. There's one for you.
Black Mirror. I'll have to watch that.
They're all like their own little films, like an hour long, so they don't. They do kind of connect at some point, but I'll leave you to find out yourself.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming back. Stranger Things again as well. And,
oh yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
The last series of Jessica Jones is out next month as well, I believe. I don't think they've actually announced the date yet, have they? But everyone thinks it's next month. But yeah, no, I love Netflix at the moment. And now things are settling down, I'll have a bit more time to watch some of the stuff on there. If they stop releasing so many films. But hey, right, you've a thought on your answer to this question?
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
Drum roll.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh.
All right. So that was Mel Gibson, wasn't it, who directed that?
Yes. Hacksaw Ridge. Okay. Amazing film. Absolutely blinding. Stayed true to written accounts while still making it cinema friendly. Great action shots were unreal. The drama and like you got so tense and drew you in so much.
Yeah,
like you kind of felt yourself edging forward, and you weren't, but you were there.
Yeah.
You were there, and that the last bit where he's going forward to get the guys to carry them back, you're like, "Ooh, man!"
Yeah,
it was outstanding.
Yeah, 100% Hacksaw Ridge.
Do you not think it's a film in two halves? It feels very.
It is.
You've got this kind of drama the first hour or so, and then you've got then you got the war at the end. And it's quite.
But it is. But for a lot of people, that's what it was. Do you know what I mean? Like you were at home. And then next minute you've gone off to war and you're in war. I get it. There could have been more bonding of it, but then what do you put in there to link the two?
You're the director. You tell me.
No, but like I just thought like the story bit was phenomenal. You kind of like you probably started like on his side and stuff, and you're like, come on, man! Like how stupid are you? Like this is the organisation, and then. The action then that's it, you're like bang, straight in, bosh, let's go.
I thought the dynamics of the film was just spot on.
It was good, wasn't it?
Absolutely spot on.
That was another film that I really didn't expect much from and blew me away.
Yeah.
Do you have an answer?
I do.
Oh.
Gravity.
Okay. Why?
Well, I mean, it was a CGI fest, obviously.
Yeah.
But what they did with it was just beyond marvellous.
Yeah.
I thought it was possibly one of the best ones I've seen. You've got George Clooney, I'm not really a fan of, but Sandra Bullock just stole the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's just a natural talent, and she was brilliant in it. You had
she's an incredible actress.
Oh, she is. You've got something, basically a simple film of these astronauts in space doing what they have to do, unfortunately they get hit by a meteor shower.
Yeah.
Everything turns to shit. And it's just their survival to get back to Earth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like how they did it was
The technical achievement from that film was
just
amazing. Man.
I've seen some backstages on that. I've seen some where how they've actually made it, and obviously there's a lot of green screens on it. You've got Sandra Bullock on these harnesses where she's been like, it's like one of them aerial bloody rides, to be honest, what she's on when she's in that spaceship. And like she's only got like a vest and a pair of shorts on, and they're just catapulting her through like certain areas, and just how they bring it all together with CGI, like obviously around Sandra and George Clooney. I mean, even seeing the Earth from space in that film, it was just magnificent. It really was.
See, my choice isn't a million. Well, my choice was going to be quite close to yours. I was going for like the technical. Still kind of am. Nearly went for Interstellar, just because of the technical achievement of that and just how well that story's told. But I'd probably choose The Matrix, because I still think it's one of the most well-told stories. One of the most, from a storytelling point of view and from an idea as well, like the concept of it just still, I still think about it quite often about, it truly is everything that you class as real is just sensory that your brain can tell you. So when you're dreaming, you don't know you're in a dream. It's as real as now. And it's a kind of, I just love, ignoring the sequel. I did actually enjoy the sequels. I know the panda bit, aren't they? They're a bit...
Yeah.
But as a standalone film, I thought that was, from a technical point of view at the time, for the bullet time and all that kind of stuff, that was cutting edge. So it has the technical side of it, but it also has the original, like so much originality in it, and a really well told story. I think that'd probably be my choice. But you thought I'd have gone for Jurassic Park, did you? Because that was the pinnacle of CGI. Of one of them. That was like the beginning of the CGI thing. Yeah.
I was thinking of something there.
Yeah, I've got some posters on the wall. And, ideally, we should have had them for this idea I've got for... We've been talking about it for years about doing videos, and we've now got a space to kind of do that. And these would have been ideal in the back. But I've put them up now, and I like them in my living room. So.
I mean, I know you mentioned Hacksaw Ridge. But Saving Private Ryan, I think, would have been another one.
That was the other one I was torn between.
Yeah.
Was the other one I was torn between.
It's not a real life story, is it? No.
What?
Oh.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
based on real events? All right, okay. But...
that D-Day will remain the greatest battle scene in any film, I think. What I find about them sort of movies, they don't have pick great casting. Hacksaw Ridge, fantastic. Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks blew it away. I love it when they do get it done on with people who can actually bring it. Yeah. Well, there are our choices. So that was sent in by Jamie. So thanks for the question. If anyone wants to send us questions, by all means, it's always good to use our little noggins for a bit.
Do you know them, or is it just a?
Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
My ask.
Your ask. I'm not taking my clothes off.
No, that is definitely 100% away from my ass.
Okay. It's just with you sat here rubbing my leg like you are.
I know.
I did think.
No, I got stuck between your leg and my leg. I want to... I've got a few things that I've got planned to watch over the next week or so.
Okay.
Tolkien being one.
Okay.
Who?
Tolkien. Guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. The film about him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mate. I'm so excited.
It's a documentary style.
No, it's a proper... It's in the cinemas.
Is it? Well, I haven't heard of this.
Well, it's been on
all people I know.
Oh, yeah. What the hell?
It's been very quiet, but it's about his life and how he came up with the idea of Lord of the Rings and in the personal life and stuff. It's all based on a true event.
Right.
And what kind of draws me to it is the Tolkien family have been very secret about it, about him,
right.
And don't like. But however, his daughter opened up and has given some key bits away about his life, and that's been brought into the film for the first time. So the first time ever, we're getting actual documented. This is what Tolkien said. This is what Tolkien did. Brought to the screen.
Right.
And he even printed. So I'm so excited to see it. It's been out a while, I think. It's been out a few weeks.
Doesn't sound bad.
It rings a bell. Now you're talking about it.
But yeah, it's about him, and obviously when he goes off to war and how he writes bits in war, and how certain bits of Lord of the Rings apparently relate to what he saw in war. So
you want to see this?
I want to see. I want to go see that this week or next week, one or two. Okay. But my ask is, I would like you to suggest me a film, one film, that I will watch, and on the next one give a mini review of.
Oh, very good. Well, we did have a feature, real reviews, where we would kind of let Twitter vote on the film we'd watch, and then we'd.
I would like to bring something like that back
You'd
because
like to do something
I
like
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe we could bring something like that back in as well in the future. But all right,
because that gave us some aspects of like films that we actually hadn't seen.
Yeah.
And we were not necessarily forced to watch.
Or older films that we hadn't, like we hadn't. Really
I did some of the IMDb's top 50. I started working my way through that, and then kind of like jump bits because I was like, there's some I've seen.
Yeah.
I've started watching that and it's pants, so I'm going to skip it.
Do you want a film that would, maybe smaller that no one's really heard of, but
anything?
Really good?
Absolutely,
right,
absolutely anything.
What I've got Popcornography is on Letterboxd. Now Letterboxd, I'm planning to do a video of it,
right, and
just talk you through it. It's like social media films,
right? Okay.
You can follow your friends and you can see what they've been watching, the reviews that they give, and it's brilliant. And for like a data nerd like me, you can look back at all your films when you've watched them.
Yeah.
Filter them by your favourites. So look here, I'm going to put my highest rated first. Tick. And I'll put all my highest rated films at the top of the list here. So
Letterboxd, did you say?
Letterboxd with a D, yeah, that top one there. And I am planning to do a YouTube video on it, so keep your eyes peeled. I'm just going to... I'll pick out a few, if you want to shout a few out as well, and then you can decide which ones you want us to watch. Now, have you seen Lost in Translation? Bill Murray.
Yes.
And Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Right, okay. Amazing film. Right, okay, let me have a think of what you should watch. I want to choose one that you won't have probably seen then.
Is it something that you want us to choose now? Or just whenever, tell you whenever?
I think we should throw some suggestions up now.
Yeah, if we throw some suggestions up now, and then even if we go... And then... I'm not... Tonight's watching sorted, but... Yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll make sure I watch it. I'll do my normal notes of it, and then I'll put together a little review of it.
Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
See, with this app as well, you can put them in, and you can put them into a watch list, which is brilliant.
Okay.
So if someone mentions a film, watch list. My watch list is huge. It's ridiculous. A lot of people suggest stuff on Twitter, and I'm always writing them down in here.
Have you seen Get Out?
I'm looking at that there. Look, yeah, it's one of my highest rated films. That's fantastic as well.
That's a recommended film, I would say.
I was gonna say, where is it? Gifted, with Chris Evans. Okay. Not many people saw this film, and I thought it was fantastic. It's about a single dad and his little girl, and it depends. Again, it'll depend on the mood you're in. If you want a nice chilled film, like kind of emotionally driven, heartfelt film, that's a really good one. So, you're just adding them now, are you?
I'll just need to create an account first.
Right, okay.
There's a Quiet Place.
Matt's on here and Gemma as well.
Right.
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place is mint, yeah.
Have you
my
seen
favourite film last year, that.
Have you seen A Quiet Place?
Nope.
That's it's got one of the characters out of 13 Nights in Benghazi.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I think he plays the dad.
Another quite random one that not many people have heard of is Hearts Beat Loud, similar to Gifted. So it's again another kind of, it's a low budget but just a nice story about a dad and his daughter again. However, they play music, and it's about their connection, which is very good.
Tell you one that springs to mind as well. Have you ever seen Casino?
I don't think I have seen Casino. But it's a classic, isn't it? That
Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone.
Oh God, no, I haven't. No.
Give that a watch. Joe Pesci as well.
And then I'm going to throw a new film out there, but I know it's out for watching. Fighting with My Family, which is based on Paige from wrestling.
Oh yes.
It's got The Rock in it and Steve Merchant. That's excellent. One of my favourite films of the year so far. I think that's enough for you from me, I think, for the time being. You can also, on this letterbox, you can create lists. So I've got like every film I watched 2019, I put them in my little ranked thing. So at the moment, my favourite film is Endgame. John Wick 3 is second. Fighting with My Family is third. And yeah, I can just build this little list up, which is good fun as well. But be sure to find me and follow me.
Once we're done here, you can show me how to do that.
I shall. And like I say, anyone else who's interested, who hasn't used it, I will get a video up. I'll just be going through my account, explaining how it all works, what it does. But I absolutely love it. If you're really into like collections, and if you've ever had like a DVD collection that you'd have all alphabeticalized and rated and stuff, it's a dream. Bit nerdy, but I love it.
Bless you.
But yeah, so you're going to have a think on them films?
Yeah, well, what we'll do after this, we'll pick one out of those, and then we'll bang in.
And I think we're looking at getting these real reviews back. They were good fun. Right, well, that's me, I think. Got anything else to say?
No, I'm all good. I think we'll
get the sound quality better. I'd like to invest in another mic as well. And then get a table to sit around rather than like we're at the minute all crushed around a little sofa, aren't we? Well, I'd say a little sofa. So we'll work on that. But yeah, from me, I'm a goodbye.
From me, I'm a goodbye. See you next time.
I am goodbye. Ta-ra!
I am goodbye. I needed to end with my voice.
Why?
Because that's how I decided. So
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Right, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Ta-ra.
We had fun. Go watch Aladdin.
Ta-ra.
Till next time.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
You know he's going to edit it out anyway.
Yeah.